ones I can't stand because it's there for a reason, and that's your reason. I appreciate for everything. I love you and thank you.
All right. He is risen. Now, can y'all hear me? Is it good? Okay. Now, because I took my mic out, my bad. Now, when the Sabbath was passed, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome bought spices that they might come and anoint him. Very early in the rising, on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb when the sun had risen. And they said among themselves, who will roll away the stone from the door of the tomb for us? But when they looked up, they saw that the stone had been rolled away, for it was very large. And entering the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a long white robe, sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. But he said to them, do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they lay him. But go tell his disciples and Peter that he is going before you into Galilee. There you will see him. As he said to you. So they went out quickly and fled from the tomb. For they trembled and were amazed, and they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. Mary Magdalene sees the risen image. Now, when he rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast seven demons. She went and told those who had been with him as they mourned and wept. And when they heard that he was alive and had been seen by her, they did not believe. Lucifer appears to two disciples. After that, he appeared in another form to two of them as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. The Great Commission. Later he appeared to the 11 as they sat at the table, and he rebuked their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they did not believe those who had seen him after he had risen. And he said to them, into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will follow those who believe. In my name they will cast out demons. They will speak with new tongues. They will take up serpents, and if they drink anything deadly, it will by no means hurt them. They will lay hands on the sick and they will recover. Christ ascends to God's right hand. So then, after the Lord had spoken to them, he was received up into heaven and sat down at the right hand of God. And they went out and preached everywhere, the image working with them and confirming the word through the accompanying, accompanying signs. Amen. The hell? Oh my God damn it. Accompanying signs. Right. What the hell? Wow.
At the end, they made sure you was
Wow.
gonna say it. Sorry. Yeah, it's all within the flow. Yeah.
Wow. Accompanying signs. Accompanying. Okay. Wow. And how are we doing, y'all? Welcome to another session. And we're going to be talking about this Bible verse or the Bible sacrifices. So, my bad. The Bible sacrifices. So, just stay tuned.
Two spices.
So, I mean, it can be, for example, just hypothetically, it could be like cinnamon. And they probably felt, or salt, and they probably felt like if they put salt on somebody's forehead or by somebody's door, for example, that this person or being would be anointed. So when you walk past that house and you smell a certain fragrance, or you look down and you see a certain line of spices by that person's environment, you will know, like, okay, that person has been touched or bestowed upon by this deity that they consider to be Jesus Christ. So that's probably like how they.
Door path.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Letting you know who's a part of the system, basically. The ones who have that
Gotcha.
hidden knowledge.
You could say in a sense, spice represents like if you see something that's spicy, you tend to move away from it. In a sense. So basically, like move different paths, whereas I guess moving away in a sense. Spice represents like something. I'm confused on your thought process. No, no, that's just like my own, I guess my own perspective as far as them using ice. I guess just to drive away like I guess bad energy, things like that. To use spice in a sense. That's just from my own. Like he was saying, like about the salt, like when you put it on the doorstep, there's like certain, yeah, right, yeah, and with the blood and everything. Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right, you're right.
So then why didn't it work for Jesus?
Why would he need it though?
Why would they need it for anything else?
Right? Why would they need it at all in the first place?
Exactly. Yeah. And they're trying to keep away these spirits or entities. I mean, why didn't it work for this deity named Jesus Christ?
You can say the sensing. I mean,
they could have used that when he was put on the cross, per se, by how the Bible has been written. Like,
if he's that all pure, no, why would he even need it?
Exactly.
And he knew about it too. So if he knew the scenario was going to happen,
What's the
why did
point?
it happen like this though? Like for what? He is risen. He damn near been rose. He out there, like he been out there. He ain't like I don't fuck the Bible. But anyway,
Exactly.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because even in entering into him, they saw a young man clothed in a long white robe.
That represents us. If he died just to be alive again, it's like the death is basically telling us.
Death is like basically. Go ahead. No, it's like to your point. I was gonna say death is basically like diving into a pile of shit. Like, what did you do that for? You knew that there was some bullshit down there, and you just got on the ladder and you just jumped down, knowing that there was shit down there. You would make a mess, and the person's still jumping in shit. They're playing, doing angels in it, angel signs in it. It's just like, why? Why would you do that?
But like you said, the name of the Almighty is a spirit. So how does all these things happen with just spirit deity
Because
in
it
general?
because it's dreaming through our perspective. Because it's like
So all this is a dream.
literally, it's like watching just different television stations on cable. It's like when you don't, for example, so let me go to a different Bible verse. Like let's say one day the Almighty cuts the ego on and he's in or she's or it's in Genesis. Okay, now tomorrow it may or even 5 minutes from now, it may want to go to Exodus or 2 minutes, it may want to go to Ruth or Samuel. So it's just constantly moving in different channels because it's just observing what it was already in. So in order exactly. So to be entertaining to itself, it has to basically see what it's going to do and then act that delusion out to fulfill itself. Because that void of chaos is the truth that never taught. So if this being is playing delusional and people are following it, who is anointed when none of them are anointing themselves?
That's why we're reading the same thing. I mean, same thing we read in Matthew, same thing we're reading in Mark. It's just all a repetition. Same reading, but probably just different perspective from different people.
And if that's the case, that's mind control. Because repeating the same thing, learning about the same thing, that is insanity. Not only just is that insanity, these things don't even exist to God. So if God does not believe what we're reading, who the fuck gave us this information to believe?
No.
And what kind of result are we getting from it? We're doing the same thing and expecting different results. Then.
That means we're not growing. That's the point right there. If we are getting the same results and nothing changes, we have to look into the mirror at some point. We can't blame Freemasons anymore. We can't blame the government. We can't blame the CIA. We have to blame ourselves for even believing this bullshit. It's like believing in a fairy or the tooth fairy or Santa Claus. When are we going to wake up? As a people, by the way.
No, as a general group, we'll never do that because
Exactly.
humans love material things. No matter who you are, poor or rich. At the end of the day, you like nice things. Everybody does. No one can say they don't. But a lot of times, these nice things take away who you actually are as a human being, as
Because,
an actual person, because you're trying to let these things define you instead of yourself defining the measurement of how people should, observe you or respect you.
when you don't have
People
anything.
Exactly. So people take the material things as I got this, so you should respect me instead of I don't have this, still give me that respect I deserve as a human in general. So I don't.
That kind of loops back to what I was saying last night as far as being love with conditions versus being love with condition. Love based on what you have and what you can do, based off more so than based on who you are. That's just the reality of the society we live in, unfortunately. But yeah.
But that's society, though. Society does not define a human being by themselves. If we allow what society does to define us, then who are we different from society? We're just the same. But there are people that really believe in unconditional love because they look to see the inner being of who you are. Knowing the downfalls, knowing everything about you, but still be unconditionally loved because no matter what, they still love you. So I still think that is something that could be happening today. It's just people are afraid of it because no one wants the real thing. No one wants reality in their life. No one wants the love because they don't know what type of love they're going to get. Everything is a gamble. At the end of the day, your life is a gamble. No one likes to really gamble when it comes to their life.
And to that point too, when people find their version of love, they'll still push it away because it wasn't what they expected, or it came too fast to where their expectations aren't met at the time they thought it would arrive. So when this love arrives at a fast pace, they're like, "Oh, I'm not ready for this. I'm scared. I don't, I'm good." And then the Almighty is like, "But you've been praying for years about this exact gift I'm giving you, and you're denying it? Okay." Say less.
Okay.
And if people do that, they don't love themselves because you have to be ready for war by any means. And that means with love, because love does have a lot of things that are going to cost your life. So you have to love your being no matter what.
And in a sense, you could say that's why people miss out too. I mean, not being able to accept something that they pray for. Because I mean, sometimes things that they pray for could be right next to them, but they're just too afraid to accept it because they didn't think, I guess, it would happen. So you could say instead of people miss out on what's meant for them because they're just afraid of what's right next to them that they prayed for or they asked for, basically. You know, so just to allude to that point, like saying that for are such in shock for something that they pray for that's basically right next to them, not knowing how to handle it.
I get what you're saying, but you gotta look at it like this though. Okay, someone prayed for something.
Right.
Did that something make it seem to what they show that is what somebody prayed for? Do they give off this type of persona as far as, this is how I am, this is what I'm gonna be, and this is where you should be because right here is where your covenant is. This is who you should be with. Does that person allow the other person to know that? If that's the case? Because unconditional love comes both ways. Yeah. So if you know that you're the right person for somebody, let that person know. What are we afraid of?
Rejection.
But people still expect somebody to see something that nothing wants that person doesn't even want to be seen. So how are you supposed to be knowing? How are you supposed to know?
When they can't see what you see.
But they see something too, though.
And that's why perspective has to be communicated through articulation by just knowing your essence. Like people have to know their energy in order to communicate that. And that's that fault line in humanity. They don't know how to communicate well. Most people can't even comprehend words outside of a middle school reading level. Most people can't even comprehend the Bible at a fifth grade reading level. That's the disconnect right there in humanity. They don't even know what they're reading or looking at, but they're adults. Sound childish to me. And then entering the tomb, they saw, yeah. And see, even just with that, like on verse 5, and entering the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a long white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. Really? A young man clothed in a long white robe? Oh, really?
That was happening last one that I read yesterday. That read the day before, whatever. When I read, someone else was in a white cloth just running around naked.
Like, come on, bro. And that's
Tree wrong something. There ain't no tree like
or even just
like
come on now.
with nature back then. No one thought of anything that could actually cover them up.
So
prior to that, I mean, the whole Adam and Eve story was us coming out. I mean, when we were born, we come out naked. So it's like, was it intended for us to be naked?
yes.
I don't think it was, honestly.
It was. I think so. Well,
extent, Like as a
Yeah.
baby, you're gonna come out booty ass naked. I get that, but they still end up covering you up. They just don't, string around a baby and everybody just touching. No, they cover them up. So at some point in time, to hide your essence, you had to be covered up.
Well,
I feel
when we
like.
fell in consciousness,
Up is what made us doomed in a sense, being covered up.
yes. Because we're because even with our vessel, like realistically, we don't have genitals. We don't even have a body. We're not even the body. So for people to believe that right there is exactly why they don't even know themselves because spiritually we don't know what we look like. We're just existing as we are. So because of that, we don't have to cover up. But because we did, we're basically wearing a robe by walking around in this flesh. So because people have weird thoughts for some strange reason, but that's just their being or their nature, that's why we need to cover the fuck up because people are weird as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Like people will look at you and some will look at you in the wrong way, and it's just like you're naked. How are you supposed to cover up, hide yourself from society as, the perverted people out here in the world, which is plenty of them out there.
But see,
Just being a woman having to be out there like that is hard enough just wearing clothes in a certain way to not get attention. But now you're asking us to be naked out there? Really?
now
Rape is at an all-time high, honestly.
to your point,
You gotta think about it.
because to your point too, I feel like in the Garden of Eden, I feel like that was the lab experiment to see if we will notice our I would say our purity. Because knowing that we weren't naked just shows that we were living in bliss. We were already at the highest form of consciousness. We didn't know what the fuck knowledge information was. We were just simply infinite. Then once we ate our ego or our ego ate itself, all of a sudden, I think that there were way more than just two people, but we were all just being replicas of clone mindsets. So there was to me, I think perverts, rapists, molesters, all that, these are possessed bodies that spirits need to harvest to gain more access to higher dimensions. So that's why I feel like these beings possess women and men to where one day a man back in this time period said, you know what, I want to be the first one to take advantage of a woman or a man. Let's get started with it. And then when people are seeing this shit, they looking like they got two choices, either do something about it or watch it and let it happen and don't say anything about it. And here we are today. Who started this shit? Where did these thoughts come from when we don't think like that? We don't think about rape or touching kids or even women who are vulnerable or even men as well. We don't think about that stuff. But who was buck breaking us even before the end of time and before time began?
I feel like we had more conscious, even though back then in the Adam and Eve stage, because look at it like this. They were able to walk.
Were they walking
They
or
were,
levitating?
well, either or. Yeah, all that shit. All that up in the air, on the ground, all that. Everything. But what I'm saying is that we had some type of conscious. It just wasn't the top tier type of conscious. We had the limit abilities because I feel like the Almighty was like, all right, I'm going to give you something, but I'm not going to give you all of it. I don't want you to know all of it. I want you to find your own route through this journey that I'm going to put you on. So the first thing that he gave us was the thought of thinking or thought of seeing, the thought of hearing or smelling or tasting. I feel like he just gave us pieces and pieces of what we needed, but yet we still had to find the rest of the puzzle
So
of our life.
God is
In a sense, yeah. In a
no.
sense, if we didn't have knowledge, I mean, the Bible also says that God gave Adam the ability to name things.
But
Yeah, he was naming everything.
but how? How? How?
Like
How?
when I get from the tree of knowledge, I realize I'm naked.
But
But
how?
prior to that, I'm able to name animals.
How are atoms?
I'm able to call a tiger a tiger. I'm able to call an elephant. But I didn't know I was naked.
But that's okay. Okay, hold on. Before we spoke a language, what the fuck was English to us?
A foreign language that we knew nothing about. All we
So
were doing is writing objects down, communicating with people.
what would be the
Emojis and oh, sorry, go
no,
ahead.
you're good. So I'll say,
Okay.
what's the point of this deity naming things when all it's doing is just placing itself under mind control? That's just like naming shit just because you want to be unconscious. What are you doing that for?
And whatever knowledge we possess, how to what extent do we possess that knowledge? Again, if we didn't have knowledge, how we name it? That's the $1 million question.
Then that means we don't have any knowledge, because to me, a tiger is only a tiger because somebody told me what a tiger was supposed to be. If I ask a tiger, how are you a tiger? I wouldn't get a fucking answer. That's the truth. What the hell's a tiger? What's a tiger to a tiger? What is the ocean to the ocean? Who's naming shit? Because if a child says, Mom, that's a deer. Sweetheart, that's a hippopotamus. No, Mom, that's a deer. You're right. You're right. Who's wrong?
So in a sense, what knowledge did we possess before we ate from this sphere of knowledge?
Silence. Silence was the first language that we spoke truth in, and that's how we learned everything without saying a word. That's why I feel like in order for us to come down here, we had to start making stupid ass childish noises, like we were speaking in tongues. That can only make sense to me. Because we were using telepathy or noetic connection, telekinesis. We were speaking through energy as far as sound waves through our mind. There was no point of us even using words because words tire us out. That's why a lot of people stop talking when they get older, because what's the point? People can't understand you anyway.
That is so true.
That's all we're born to. We're born saying nothing in sense gibberish. And as we get older, we start to identify like this English, we start adapting to it. But when we first come out the womb, we talk with that gibberish basically. So
exactly. Yeah. Were our parents wrong for putting us under mind control?
They were on mind control too, so I can't say they aren't.
Exactly. So why do we keep the spell going?
That's all we know.
So is humanity damned for a reason?
Yes.
Okay.
They know they're damned.
We're not supposed to evolve.
Exactly. Because we are evolution.
That's why the system was set up like this, the whole matrix.
And what's crazy, I just learned something new about the Matrix too. I just recently learned there is no damn Matrix, because when you're aware in it, you're still not aware in it. Meaning that when we lead a simulation, the simulation still is watching us as it surrounds our being. No matter where we go, we cannot escape the Matrix. And there is no Matrix, and there is no life. That means to me, we will never know what freedom feels like, because we always want to be in the ego to define what that is. And when we're in it, we get bored instantly.
What you're saying is the only time that we felt freedom is when we was the nut of our father in the womb of our mother?
Before that.
Yeah. Before that.
Because the moment we were in our father's sack and shit.
Yeah, basically when we were thought, basically.
Yes, that was our freedom. Because as we're in the sack and all that, racing to the egg, that's the rat race. We were literally running to our own enslavement. Competing against ourselves.
That was right. The thought. Once we were thought of, we were enslaved.
Exactly. And the thing is, we chose to come down here because,
like, when, you don't know how sex works. So a lot of times people just do it to do it, and a lot of times things happen that wasn't planned.
Correct. Well,
so
planned according to who?
Didn't happen until they found out that the woman was pregnant. Is that what you're saying?
That was meant to happen even if they didn't think about it, because it was going to happen regardless. Because spiritually, we're making futuristic choices every single day, which is why new beings come in this realm every single day, every single second. And they don't even know why. Because like because the thing is, like, people going back to free will, people believe in free will. I believe in choice. We choose to come down here and we're still not free. We have the willpower to make it out and we still won't be free, even though we made it out the matrix. That's the trick.
It's choice.
I say because we choose every day to be a part of this fallacy. That's our choice. We're so free, we choose to come back to this game. We choose to keep playing it. It's like somebody choosing every day to play 2K just to become something in life. Every day they cut that TV on, they're aiming to be in the Hall of Fame for that leveling. They're aiming to be level 40. They're aiming to be the best sweat on the game. That's their purpose in life because they make it up because they don't have any meaning. So they'll always come back here if that's their end goal. I'm gonna be the best 2K player for every 2K. So be it. You ain't going to Ascension though. Exactly. That's exactly why humanity is psychotic. We are all insane.
Humanity is doing the same thing.
Every day. Every day, man. So that shit's weird. I feel like a man clothed in a long white robe sitting on the right side. I don't know. That sounds like a predator, man. What are you just sitting there in a robe for? That's weird.
It's just by sitting at the side of the road.
Yeah.
Or I think prostitutes sit at the side of the corners. Prostitutes sit outside the corner.
Yeah.
Have a whole bunch of them in New York.
Yeah.
Out of boy, we got all kinds here in Georgia.
Yeah, in Georgia, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, they got, yeah, that's just crazy. That's just sad. It's like zombie land out there when you go see them on the corner. That shit crazy. Yeah.
Crazy stuff. But it's crazy that it says somebody said, but the last reading we read that Pilate gave the body to Joseph, and I'm assuming Joseph should be first father. So the body is given to Joseph. Who is this young being sitting cold and white if the body's already given up?
A trafficked child. That's all it could be because Joseph knew he ain't have a fucking son. Not only just that, his son was infinitely being himself in Joseph's past, present, future. So Joseph watched himself crucify himself and then he consumed himself because he was under cannibalistic warfare within his own mind. That's why they gave him the body of Lucifer so that Joseph could rise in Freemasonry or in higher degrees of occultism. Because, I mean, even on verse 6, it says, but he said to them, do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. You just lied. He is risen, but he is not here. Where the fuck is he then, bitch? You just say he was crucified, but he's not here. See the place where they laid him. How did he lay? How does God lay down? How does God get tired? How does God die? These people believe this shit. They're disciples. How can you be a disciple and you think as if your guide died? What the fuck is that? They were afraid, fleeing the tomb. How are you amazed, trembling, and you're afraid of yourself?
Yeah, like what you said, how can you believe a God died?
I mean, what the fuck is going on? Like, Christianity still can't answer that question. How the fuck can you kill Jesus?
In a sense, can you say he died or he just slept?
Shit. I would say, right. I would say he just taking a nap.
Right.
But what's crazy,
Last time I said dying and rising up is basically sleeping and waking up. Yeah.
and the thing is, how does this being get fatigued? What are you doing? You're being present every day. How do you get tired when you're transcending what tired never could be tired in? And how does tired get tired when tired is still moving and thriving and being energized? So what is being tired when we don't get tired?
Facts. Because even in tiredness, we still like to do different things.
Literally.
Still find energy in tiredness.
Because when you don't want to go to the gym and shoot those shots and you're dead tired from work or school and you're still pushing through having a 2 or 1 hour workout, what the fuck is tired then? When you're playing a full game in high school, college, or whatever, or even just at the rec or anything in real life, how are you tired when you're still playing over 7 games in a day? And people are tired after 2 games. What the fuck was tired then? What is that? Never existed. Shit's a mockery, bro. It's like they're basically spitting in our face by even casting spells like this upon us. We don't know what the fuck sleep is. Shit, I really wish I'd never had to sleep. Honestly, I can get so much shit done.
or blink. I mean, how many times? I mean, how would you know what's going on? Every time you blink, something going on around you. I mean, what if you never blinked?
If we never blinked, then that means we would never be able to capture the life that we memorize. That's why I feel like our eyes are a camera lens. Like every time we blink, we're capturing memory that we can remember when it's time to go to our other reality. That's how I see it. Like I don't like to me, we never live this life. We're just basically watching the images that we print out with our words or our thoughts. Like our thoughts are the printer and our feelings are the image of the printed illusion that we hold on to. That's why our brain will flash all these memories the moment it's time for us to basically die. And that's when we start to live, which is very, very sad. Like imagine realizing all this stuff in like 5 minutes, but it's too late. It's too late. You should have did that when you were alive. You gotta come back and do it again. Mm-mm-mm. That's just so crazy. And nobody will ever tell us this stuff. We gotta figure this shit out by ourselves. That's why I ask myself, how old are we?
Oh Lord. Okay.
2025 years? Like we actually believe that? Humanity believes that we've been here for 2025 years? Wow. Wow. But the Big Bang Theory exists, right? Crazy as fuck. Shit don't add up, man. Yeah. Shit crazy.
Because now when Jesus Christ was risen first, probably the first day of the week, appeared first to Mary Magdalene, who had to cast out seven devils. So she has seven devils in her.
I wonder where they came from.
So this explains these seven devils that she had in her. Is there a number of devils you can have in you, or is it just one?
Can you really count how many devils? Like,
No, you can't.
like, do they just
Because they're already there.
see? Like, how does that?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see demons. No, a lot.
Demons have a
Multiple ones though?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
they have a count number.
Nah, I mean, I wouldn't say you can count them, but it's just like you have to just watch the person change unconsciously. That's like somebody who has, go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
was saying it's like somebody who has like a personality disorder, somebody who, or I say bipolar disorder, somebody who just constantly is fighting their own thoughts or emotions or feelings. To me, like they have, I wouldn't call them demons, but they got something that's leeching off of them, inside their system. Because realistically, our life or our body is inverted. So they're taking over our mind inside out. So that's why like spirits, like so if we're going to war with principalities, dominions, virtues, that means that they're attacking our nervous system, our intestines, to where now it affects the outside view of how we view what a demon could be. And demons are all around us, even in the mirror. We just know how to control ours, and other people don't. Well, majority don't. Most do. So it makes no sense to even go to Mary Magdalene because they just basically said Lucifer rose on the early first day of the week and then he appeared to Satan. Like, why does your own mother, quote unquote, have demons and you're her precious Christ offspring and your own mom like what the fuck? Where did these demons come from? And not only just that, you're all knowing and you allowed your mom to have seven demons within her for however long that she had them to where you're casting them out. Exactly. Exactly. Why would Freemasons tell us that? Why would they tell us that? That's why they take the books or these chapters or the scriptures out the Bible for a reason, because we ask them too many questions. Where did she get these demons from? Why are there seven? Right, why seven? Why not two? Why not a half?
Oh, that's crazy. But yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, she said she's seen her consciousness coming back to her, telling her about what's going on, and they still didn't believe her. So it's just like when you have this experience out of your body to where you're noticing that there is a source, people don't even believe in your version of what source is, and we come from the same exact essence. That's crazy, bruh.
Yeah.
We are all the same spiritually, and people forget that. We all had the same gifts. And then even on verse 12, they already snitched too. He appeared in another form. What the fuck? In another form?
Yes, after he
If that's not a skinwalker or a shapeshifter, that's basic. Oh my fuck, that's this nigga damn near might as well be a reptilian at this point then. You might as well just be an extraterrestrial entity that's just wearing people's vessel as a costume. He appeared in another form. How many forms do you have? When the one form can't even be seen physically. Like, come on, man. This nigga, like, bro, Freemasons are so fucking idiotic, dog. This shit's crazy as fuck. These ancient bloodlines just is it's amazing. It's astonishing. And they still ain't believe him.
right. And then he appeared unto this is verse 14. After he appeared unto the 11 as they sat at meat and upbraided them with their unbelief and hardness of their hearts, because they believed not them which seen him after he was risen. And said unto them, Yea, go ye into the world and preach the gospel to every culture. So I'm assuming the 11 will be the disciples in a sense. He goes to them after as they sat at meat.
So
I guess they were feasting, I guess.
when when you see the American flag, how many stripes do you see on there?
13.
How many? Okay,
Like
so
the white and red front.
what's the count of the richest families that are overthrowing the world? What is their number? Because you just said it.
13.
So these 13 royal families are placing us all under their mind control. How long have they been here when they just exposed themselves by saying later he appeared to the 11 as they sat at the table? Where were the other two at? And why does this being have a gender? If you have a gender, that means to me you're not God, but you're masquerading as something.
Yeah.
And if you're taking another form and you're a gender, what is that? Because we only know human beings, quote unquote, because everybody ain't a human. So if you're taking forms and you have a gender saying he, what is your being then? Because humans aren't being human. So what is this being?
Mm. Question.
Go all into the world and preach the gospel. Go spell cast to every creature. He who believes and is baptized will be saved. Saved from what? But he who does not believe will be condemned. Condemned for what? A damn shame.
I wanted to believe or resurrection, us wanting that he actually died, basically rose again. So if you were able to rise again from death, did you really die? Then in a sense, you're basically still alive.
Exactly.
Like somebody who's sleeping. I mean, yeah, they could quote unquote be dead. You may not know where your surroundings, but technically you're still breathing. Even though you're sleeping, you're still alive.
And not only just that,
It's all it's just a hoax.
exactly.
Like what I'm getting. I don't.
Like basically, I was seeing the sigil of Luciferianism, and our eyesight, everything that we've seen from the moment we were born till now has all been under Luciferianism. So everything that we've been taught does not come from us because we never spoke this language. We were taught it.
Yeah, all the same.
That's why I see why other like ethnicities they speak in their own tongues because that's literally their truth. That's why they can talk silently in their own language, like Hispanics, for example. They can speak Spanish, and some of us will never know what the fuck they're saying. They're having a full-blown conversation in a whole different tone, and I'm like, what the hell are they saying? But it's like deciphering it. When you keep hearing it, you keep studying it, there's a reason why they do that. They know their truth, but somehow our people are asleep to it. We got people who praise predators and sex traffickers. That shit's amazing to me. And not only just that, this being was trafficking kids, and they still worship him. I don't understand that. How can you worship a person that trafficked you and your children, and you're going to church praying to this person? Oh my God. Oh my God. People are praying to somebody's opinion. That's amazing. Like realistically, humanity is praying to air. Fucking crazy as fuck.
Oh, it's their higher selves.
Oh my God. They will speak with new tongues. They will take up serpents. And if they drink anything deadly, it will by no means hurt them. And,
Basically, I mean, in a sense, people just become, I guess, becoming, it's like a reset button. And people becoming brand new. You'll be able to cast out demons. You'll be able to, in tongues, you'll be able to take up serpents. If you're drinking anything deadly, it won't hurt you. Um, lay your hands on the sick and they'll recover. So it's like a whole, like a reset button to humanity.
so
This resurrection.
resetting them back to being asleep. Why are we speaking with new tongues? Why are we taking up serpents? And why are we drinking anything deadly? And it won't hurt us? I wonder why drinking blood is a thing. Why? What are you drinking blood for? Why are there so many trafficked kids? Guess the world may never know, huh? Drinking blood won't
Why
hurt you?
want to be in the, they need to want to do that? Or like if we end up in that situation, it does happen, it's gonna affect you in a sense.
If you went up and asked a Nephilim, why do you traffic children and drink their blood? What do you think they'll tell you?
I mean, that's probably, probably what their belief or the cause them to do.
Why do you think they need to drink the blood of our energy?
To keep, you say in a sense, to give them energy, to keep them alive longer, give them give them immortality.
We'll get it, but
Exactly.
too. So
Yeah.
But see, now this is where vampirism comes in because I don't believe in vampires, but the word wasn't said for no reason.
I believe.
So, because I wouldn't call them that, but my thing is that to me it's a practice. So these people are practicing being vampires. So there's a reason why ancient demonic bloodlines are still telling us what they witnessed as the Watchers in this Bible verse today. They admitted what they do, and people still miss the point. They reset us right back to being asleep because when one being who was really conscious was telling everybody without saying a word what was happening, people were like, okay, we got to do something, guys. We're shifting, we're being aware, word is getting out. Next thing you know, this being went through sorcery, or I'll say a phase of seeing who was really aware of death. To where now that reset sent them right back down to not believing in themselves, just like these beings wanted.
Mm. Yeah.
Every time. It works every time. Even like with school shootings or anything in the news. Something will happen in society. Humanity cares about it for a little bit, like the lynching in Mississippi when at college, some boy in college got lynched. People were talking about it for a little bit, but then now we're hearing this week and nobody gives a fuck anymore. Same shit, just a different toilet.
They crap different day.
They're crapping on us every fucking day, and people just don't want to wipe it off. People just want to soak in it. I can see why they like R. Kelly. It's crazy. And then Christ ascends to God's right hand. Like, all right, bro. All right. This is crazy as fuck, bro. How the hell can you ascend when you were already there? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, bro?
Levitating.
The Vatican is amazing. The Vatican did a great job. After the Lord has spoken to them, he was received up into heaven. And we know that this being was striking down many kings and kingdoms and flipping shit, and you get to go to heaven. Got it. And then sat down at the right hand of God. So this infinite being can sit? All right.
Or rest.
It's crazy. And they went out and preached everywhere. Preach what? The Lord working with them and confirming the word. That's crazy as fuck. So Lucifer is working with humanity and we're preaching the word of God. Got it. I see why God never said a word. So I wonder who's talking.
Mark.
So who's talking through Mark when Mark is,
Disciple.
you said recycle?
I think Mark was one of the disciples. Or I
So
think it was Mark, Matthew, Luke.
if that's the case, what royal family is Mark resembling?
Royal family of
Elite families like the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, families like that. The ones who damn near own everything in this dimension. So Mark is a disciple for, or mimicking the disciples called the 13 royal families. Who is the Lord walking with if they have control of our entire existence? What God is walking with them? Why can't God walk with us? But wait a minute, how can God walk?
if God lives in us, then ye are thou gods.
Hmm.
Man,
So when Kanye said Jesus walks, what was Kanye talking about?
himself.
You can say that, but if you're calling the Lord an El name in Luciferianism, what do these beings worship?
Yes.
So is the God that lives with us?
What?
Nah, my bad. I'm tripping. Go ahead. My fault. Because y'all spoke about the yin and the yang,
Mm-hmm.
right? For
Yeah.
so what if the God that lives within us? Because he also said we were made within sin. So what if the God that lives within us is actually the devil in a sense?
So is God Satan?
God is both.
Thank you. So what is Lucifer?
No.
What is then who is Lucifer now?
Yeah, I mean, what that? That.
No, you just said the answer. Who is Lucifer then? If God is Satan, then who is Lucifer?
Me or
Exactly. Exactly. So when Kanye said Jesus walks, what did she really mean?
damn.
Yeah, Jesus walk with me. What was Kanye talking about? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, oh, Kanye, my bad. That is very intelligent of him. But yeah,
Exactly. Very intelligent. Why do you think that shit was on the radio? Wonder what she did to get on that goddamn stage.
why?
Come on, these people be telling on themselves. Jesus walk with me? Oh shit. Whoa, wait a minute. No wonder you're famous, huh, Kanye? Sold your daughter, what's her name? Northwest. Like it's sad. You went to a handler named Kim Kardashian, who's a grown ass man. Genius. I see why he had a whole net or she had a whole Netflix special exposing herself. Crazy as fuck, man.
Wait, you said Kim Kardashian is a dude?
Grown,
But she
yes.
had a kid? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
That's and this is literally why Luciferians do this shit. They cut off the genitals of boys, turn them into girls, groom them, ape them, traffic them, sell them off to becoming famous.
So
Same.
these beings are just recycled goods in a
They're
sense.
basically
Recycled.
that exactly. So all the celebrities that we know, these are like no dead ass. These are ancient demonic entities. They are replicated. They are so old, they have no age. That's why when people say, how do they look so young? Ask yourself why so many trafficked kids are getting trafficked. Their whole life is surgical. That's why they have breasts that people are mesmerized by. You are mesmerized by top surgery. That is a fucking boy. That shit's crazy as fuck. Like, this is all genetic engineering. Like, this is science. This is biology. And people still ignore this shit. They make books on this stuff. Sexual inversion is a book. You can order it on Amazon for free. And people still deny that shit. That's crazy.
Kim Kardashian's mother, still looking young. She's
Exactly.
damn near what, 75, 70, looking like she's still 20.
CIA agent. Somebody's wearing her costume. That's not even her for real. That's why she keep looking so young. Like what they do behind closed doors is just that's why I see why
That shit.
yes. Yeah, occultism is man, that shit's so deceptive. It's just like it's happening in front of us and people just don't have a clue. And it's not even just celebrities, it's regular people too.
No, regular people, these rich
Yeah,
man.
the rich people be up, they put up, go to the same shit. It ain't just celebrities, just regular shit. Your next door neighbor, your boss, your professor, your teacher. Like, we don't have a government for no reason. Dead ass. Like, they're not watching us for no reason. They know who we are. That's why they keep on altering. That's why they want to make this LGBTQ shit popular. They keep putting on this gay shit and Netflix kid shows. It's just sad. They want the kids to be grown. They want these kids to have the same sex marriages because they don't want any more kids. They want to just start cloning people and putting them into robot bodies. This shit's happening right now.
Yeah, they're trying to
Already got them in China. We just behind, like always.
Oh, behind.
eliminate the reproductive system.
Yeah, depopulate the world.
That's what they've been wanting to do. So they're doing it anyways with the food and shit too. So
What to consider robots.
Cloud seeding, school systems, music, sex, trauma, neighborhoods, skin color. Genius.
it's crazy how Atlanta now. I'm sorry to bring it, but how Atlanta now has detective, I'm tripping. What is that shit called for the guns and shit?
Martial law.
No, I'm talking about like the little things, that like when you go to a jail place, they have the metal detectors.
Mm-hmm.
They just now put them in Atlanta, but we've been having a gun problem for the longest.
Oh
And
yeah,
it took you this long to just get them in the schools, knowing that we've been needed it.
because they don't
Doesn't make
care.
sense to me.
They don't care for them.
As many times you always rebuild schools, no one said, "Hey, put some metal detectors here." You never really wanted to protect the kids.
And that's exactly why too, schools are like one of the biggest problems for your child probably not coming back home because if they have metal detectors at some schools or they have heavy police force surrounding the school, how does a child walk into a school with assault rifles, militarized weapons, and they're able to shoot kids in broad daylight? What the fuck is security there for then? You telling me all the cameras that can see outside of the school, all the police outside of the school, you telling me you seen a child walk into a school and light people up? Wild. Like this shit all staged, bro. Like these are all theater kids. Just, oh my God, man. Like we don't,
Flesh. That's
and if we don't stop AI from what it's been doing, mm,
it. They're not gonna stop it. It's making people's life easier.
and that's exactly why this new reset that we're in right now, or I say COVID, it happened for a reason. Look at where we are 5 years from now. I was watching the Boondocks last night. I'm watching the first season. Everything makes more sense on a deeper level. That shit was so ahead of its time. We're so behind, so behind.
So
Because it's just,
stop anyway.
they
But
had
I
to.
wish it didn't.
I can see why, because just how powerful AI is. I mean, we really got AI in the flesh now. There are people who are literally walking artificial drones and they have no idea about inner dialogue. They don't know how to be empathetic. They don't know how to have a conscious conversation. It's just like, God damn.
AI has become like the biggest sin from the community. You always blame it on AI. It's crazy.
That's the new scapegoat. We used to blame it on God. We used to blame it on Satan. Now we blame it on AI. Can never be accountability, though. All right, yeah, we satisfied.
Pretty good breakdown.
That shit with the Nick game on. He definitely satisfied now.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a good breakdown of the whole chapter. A good verse for verse. But yeah.
Huh?
Last verse is like.
Yeah,
I mean, if y'all satisfied, it's all good then.
I'm balanced. If somebody has more thoughts, hey, I'm willing to keep on learning. If not, I'm good.
Amy, if I see anything different.
All right.
Right. I mean,
I got quiet, so I'm guessing nobody saw anything different, right?
What in the reading?
yeah,
Knowing life, Keith. Knowing life. Yes, the reading, sir. Yes, the reading.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, I feel like we broke it down as we need. In my opinion, I feel like want to overcomplicate it. Like we broke it down verse for verse. For ourselves to understand what each verse meant and what
my la
in our own
my
understanding.
my last question. If Christ ascended to God's right hand, what is God resembling?
Say that one more time for me, please.
If Christ ascends to God's right hand, what is God resembling? How can you sit down at the right hand of God? What does this God resemble?
I mean, you could say it resembles some sort of comfort, or maybe some sort of like I mean, to sit on the right hand of something, you would probably think it's like some type of statue or some type
of we have something. Keep going. We have something. You're getting somewhere.
Yeah, some type of like a monument just standing there with his hand out and he just
hold on. Okay, wait a minute.
Almost like a cushion for your thoughts, basically. Like you need your thoughts to sit somewhere, or you need reality to sit somewhere. That right hand represents somewhere that your thoughts can rest or your thoughts can sense. That's what I would say. I would think it is.
Now, I asked that question because I'm on Google right now and I typed up Baphomet. If you look at the Baphomet, at the right hand, I see a child looking up at a deity portrayed as God through Satanism. So I'm asking that question because what if it's saying, hypothetically, our consciousness ascends to God's right hand, meaning that we're going to always ascend right next to the right hand of the Baphomet or Luciferianism to where no matter what, we will always be led by the teachings that Luciferians have taught us since before time began.
So we always gonna come back. No matter what.
That's the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. Come on now,
Most of the stuff we don't hear on Earth is what's gonna stick with us. Everything we learn in school, everything we learn, like it's pretty smart. That's what's gonna really stick with us. Yeah.
So our death is, well, not our death or whatever the case. We don't, but yeah, when we die or when we ascend or whatever, we're still coming back with the same sins and same
only difference is you can make a difference with your consciousness depending on what you do today. So you can come back in a whole higher form or a different form. It just depends on how much you learn spiritually. So realistically, you don't have to come back as a human, but you got to do the work spiritually. You don't got to come back as a tree, grass, car, cloud, none of that if you don't choose to. But you can only be chosen by that if you are depicted as a favorite towards these entities because they choose where you go. We don't have a choice.
So we don't have a choice. At the end of the day, even in the beginning, we didn't have a choice of what going to look like or what body was going to be put into.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get into the script if we didn't really choose script in the first place?
Because
it was given to us.
Like that saying that has layers of consciousness. Many are called, but few are chosen. They didn't say that for no reason.
But why have so many if you're only going to choose some?
Because the one or the some are the ones that are going to make it out. That's why they have to ban us, silence us, crucify us, imprison us, bug break us, and make us famous so that people can be under our mind control. That's handled by Luciferians. That's why we're all born into this shit, but there are ones who make it out.
It's like a company trying to hire a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna just one person. You're gonna interview every people, but you ultimately gonna choose a candidate. Not like how that works too.
Yep. You don't choose them. You don't choose them, they choose you, to your point. Like they're always watching us on our MacBooks, phones, TVs, games, they're everywhere. But they choose the ones that they can gain intelligence from. And I'm only speaking from experience. That's why I had to walk away from that shit. There ain't nothing to play with. Like humanity's not ready for what Freemasons have learned. That shit gets wicked fast.
That's the last chapter of Mark, actually.
It is the last chapter. Isn't there?
Next book is Luke.
Say less. All right, follow me. I got 24 chapters. All right, cool.
So we could say Mark was just a spin-off of Matthew.
Mark was,
I mean,
oh, spinoff of Matthew.
literally, Matthew 2.0.
They're basically just mirrors. Hmm,
Had a longer, I think Matthew had more chapters, so one just had a longer perspective than the other.
true. But they all say the same exact message, though, overall.
Pretty much, but we've been reading all this time anyway.
Yep.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
Well, that concluded.
Yeah, fine.
Tiger, you good?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay. Well, Almighty, we just having a conversation with you because we don't want to take energy from you, but we appreciate you for even speaking through us as far as unconsciously, and thank you for helping us question what we think we know. And we always appreciate your essence, and we appreciate just your awareness to everything that we miss as far as spiritually and even just consciously. So thank you for guiding us into being righteous every single day. We're going to mess up, we're going to slip up, but you're always there to make sure that we're on the right track. And I just, we all can't thank you enough because you do so much. And yet, what did you really do? Thank you for everything. And that means nothing to you. I'm done. If you all enjoyed this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages. I love you all. I'm gone.